After the Fact, Part 9. Get What You Want. So here it was, years later, and he had stepped out again in his familiar charade. Charles had never worn his wedding band, and his wife never put up too much fuss about that. His wife should have forced him to wear his ring, Joan thought, as she opened the door to let him in one day when he came by after work. By now, they were through playing games, such as him meeting her at the store she worked at, and she went ahead and gave him her address. He immediately began to come to her apartment, a lot, whenever he got the chance. He told his wife he was going to see one of his buddies who covers for him all the time when he decided to see her. Joan began to feel a little uncomfortable as he became more comfortable. He began demanding that she call him on his cell phone or at his house when his wife wasn't home, because by this time his wife was back in the apartment full-time again. This was an argument they would have periodically because Joan kept telling him that it made no sense to take chances like that. In reality, she just didn't want to increase her violation this way. She felt it was bad enough that she was in a relationship with this woman's husband. Joan just wanted to draw a line somewhere. So the day that he had finally convinced her to call him one afternoon when he stayed home from work, he learned why it was a bad idea. He knew she would be getting her nails done that afternoon because she was off that day from work, and he decided to take the day off for another reason, which included getting a chance to see Joan. Charles insisted that she call him as soon as she was done at the nail salon, which she did reluctantly. He met her in an inconspicuous place, parked his car, and got in hers, and off they went to a sleazy short-stay motel just for the thrill of it. After phenomenal, mind-blowing, orgasmic sex that brought them both to the point of gazing into each other's eyes and knowing they were terribly hooked on each other, they finally got up and got out of there. And she was feeling all giddy, like she was walking on air, as both of them went their separate ways. And then she realized there were messages on her cell phone. She hadn't even heard it ring. When she listened, she was outraged to find out it was his wife. He had forgotten to clear the caller ID before he left. This beautiful afternoon that had left her in such a good mood ended up being abruptly ruined in a traumatic way. She was shaken by the torrent of names she was called as his wife cursed her out without even taking a breath, ending with, "Stay your fucking ass away from my husband." Somehow, Charles was able to calm his wife down about this once again with another obvious lie. After getting past that bump in the road, Joan enjoyed having him around on her terms. She did not want him in her life full time because he was a controlling and, in some ways, immature man. Beyond making passionate love the way they had been for months, she did find that she wanted more out of their relationship, but not enough to push him to leave his wife and bring him into her life with all of his baby mama drama and financial baggage. There were times that she wanted to take him along on some vacations with her, but he was always afraid, and also he could not afford it. Even when she told him she could cover the expenses, he wasn't comfortable doing that. On rare occasions, Charles managed to spend some time with her on various holidays, but she seemed to always feel that he had to leave too soon. He began to leave his cell phone in his car because his wife would start calling soon after he got there, as if she had some kind of intuition regarding his whereabouts. Joan became conscious that she had to remind herself that she was very successful and owned her home, and that she just did not need him moving in with his drama and baggage, and she realized her freedom in that regard, which made her feel a little better. She also felt that she'd feel a lot better had she never started this relationship with Charles. She was glad that she never gave him a key to her apartment. It was weird how she and the wife kept this going for years, staying way out of each other's ways, and it seemed everyone was getting what they wanted out of the deal, somewhat.